Welcome to the Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast.
This pig came battling.
Just ended up puking last night. It sucked.
Whoa! Ah! We gut it, we wrap it in tinfoil, throw it over the fire.
All right, everyone, this is podcast 51 with Kyle Orwig. Kyle's back on. Again, I'm happy with that. We've actually got the podcast rolling. This will be the third podcast for 2023. Actually, it'll be the third one we recorded in 2023. This is actually our fourth one altogether for 2023. So I'm happy, again, we got it back up and rolling. Just like Jesse and... turn this up a little bit. Just like Jesse and Ryan, Kyle at this point in time pretty much just be a co-host. By far, Kyle's been on the most compared to everybody, just between all the elk hunts and all that stuff. Last time you saw Kyle, he had a big brace on his shoulder and arm. He obviously no longer has that. Kyle had again, probably not the deer season he wanted to going in because he wanted to hunt more with his bow. Stuff happens, but I really think you made the most of hunting with a crossbow.
Yeah.
And I will let you go from there.
Yeah, so if you don't remember, I tore my distal bicep tendon, so my plans for the hunting season got halted right away. I didn't even know if I'd be able to hunt at all. So after finding out I would be able to at least hunt and borrow Cody's crossbow and use it, I was excited. But my main thing for the season, with dealing with that, is dealing with adversity, which I've gone through before, being in high school sports and all that and everything like that. So dealing with adversity. So I feel like I had a good background, because I've been injured plenty of times before in football and stuff like that. So I've had to deal with it before. So I think that is a good transition, and it relates so well to hunting, just football sports injuries and injury, being able to hunt and limiting and even though you're frustrated and want to get out there, there's only so much you can do.
Yep.
So got to use the crossbow this year. Had to get a crank for it, which was really handy actually, and I think pretty fast. I almost want to say by the time I got done getting used to it, I could probably do it faster than anyone pulling it back.
That's
but
good.
So I had some good hunts this year. One thing with the crossbow was I kind of noticed is it's very touchy compared to a gun. It's how much your shot will go off target just by maybe
Trigger
human
pull.
error, trigger pull, stuff
Yep.
like that. So
Yep.
So
I've noticed that as well. We really, with handguns and law enforcement, we really focus on our trigger pull and, make sure you want to be straight back with the trigger. You don't want to be, too much. You're probably going to turn the gun to the right, too little, to the left. On the first one, if you pull too little, it goes to the right. I think I'm saying that right. I feel like crossbow is very similar because with a gun, sometimes you can get away with slapping the trigger.
Yeah.
Because it comes out of the barrel so quick.
Yeah, and then
Not the crossbow.
your projectile is so much smaller than a 20-inch bolt. It's a couple inch slug coming out of there. So it's just what I had a tendency to shoot high, as I know. So the first deer I shot high, shot her through the back straps, ended up couldn't find her, not a lethal hit. So I was so I was trying to adjust for that. So I took it out, shot some more, got dialed in. My next encounter actually had a doe come behind me, and if you watched any of the videos, you can kind of see it's pretty funny. I
was laughing. It was
sitting
funny.
there filming, and I'm and with the wind, there's no there's no way she should have been back there. She should have winded me right away, but I think she just catches me moving, but she ends up coming behind me, directly behind me, and I got the camera filming back behind me so you could see her, and she blows out of there, and I think she's gone. She blows twice, so I'm looking around. I'm gosh dang it. So I'm looking around, and then I do kind of a 360 around the blind. I see her. I was oh, she's still here. But she started running down the hill to my right, so I mad at her, got her to stop. Actually, the way she was, there was a tree between my blinds, so I had to lean out past the tree, got a good shot with my crossbow, made a hit, didn't know exactly where I hit her, went and looked for blood, found blood.
That was a frontal shot, right?
Yeah, so it was full frontal, so I put it right on the chest. Wasn't sure. Talked to you, went back the next morning, was able to recover her. She definitely died not too long after I shot her. She didn't go too far.
Which is good. Yeah.
So that was my first archery kill ever.
If you can hear my kids yelling up there, I I have a almost 4-year-old and almost 1-year-old at home, so I don't know who's winning up there, but somebody is.
Somebody is.
Yeah.
But so I was really excited about that, and I think that was October. So, and like with my injury, like it had, you know, good and bad things that come with it. Like one of the, you know, it was bad obviously because I had, you know, I was injured and had to deal with that. But the good thing about it was I was actually off work for FMLA, so I had nothing to do except hunt. So I
darn.
I know. I mean, so I was like, but it's like you can hunt as much as you want to, but your left arm really doesn't work. So it's like.
Yep.
But it was cool, and I spent so much time this year out in the woods, which I enjoyed so much. And
next year is gonna suck for you.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, wow, I want to get out more. But yeah, so that was like a good thing to come out of my injury. And let's see, and then like shortly after October, like I just didn't see much deer movement at my parents' property, and it's like I kind of mapped it out on next. It's only like 7 acres of timber, and then just surrounded by cornfield. So once that corn got picked and the vegetation died down, I just didn't have that much encounters, daylights. I had trail cams up though and got really good pictures.
Yeah,
Some promising deer.
As we're talking, if you notice on the podcast, I've been putting the last couple podcasts. I've been putting videos over top. I'm gonna do the same thing here. You had some nice bucks on the farm.
Yeah. Like I showed you like one decent one. I've had good pictures of him and some other ones that were like, I don't know, probably 115. That one might have been 130, 140. So you know, I'm hopeful and I'm out there because, you know, like they say, trail cams only catch a small percentage of deer. So, you know, I'm out there hitting it hard. I actually put up 4 different stands this year. So I really like I think I played the wind well when I could and bounced around a lot.
Especially on small acreage like that, it's really good to do.
Yeah, so like that was something new to me because, you know, most of the times I've only just ever like put up like one stand and just like sat there like no matter what. Like we didn't pay attention to wind or nothing growing up. They're like, oh, that's where we're sitting. And so like so like learning all that this year and doing that, I really enjoyed that. So I didn't really have another encounter until shotgun season rolled around. So first day shotgun season, didn't see anything in morning hunt. It was a good day. I think it wasn't too cold, but it was pretty nice. It wasn't like too hot. Yep. And then get out for my afternoon hunt. I get up in the tree maybe like 2, I think.
I feel like you sent me that picture. It was like pretty early in the hunt. Yeah, stuff.
No, so I'm up at 2 and like I think 2:30, 2:45. Here come just a lone deer by itself, right? You know, running down the wood line on the field edge, stopped right in front of me. Literally stopped in its tracks and then started feeding. So I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there and I ranged it a little, you know, as soon as I got in the tree. So I'm like, okay, looks like about 60 yards. That's the range. So get the camera on, get it rolling, take my time. I almost, like I was getting ready to shoot and I was like, I'm not steady yet.
Before you get to your shot, I will say, I don't know, maybe it was just, first thing, I really liked the camera angle that you had because that it caught you and the deer. I thought it was pretty cool. And then your little gun movement from going to lap or whatever, however you had it, to boom shoulder, it was smooth.
Yeah.
It was smooth. I was like, I don't know, like to me, like whatever in the footage, I'm like, man, he did that quick and smooth. Like that was impressive.
I have been gun hunting a little while, but but it had been a while since, you know, it's been a while since I shot because I want to be able to shoot and get ready. Usually every year I'll go shoot obviously I'll shoot a little bit before season, make sure it's dialed in. But, you know, with my arm I couldn't do that, so this was like, it's the first time shooting. So I was like getting ready to shoot. I'm like, nope, you're not steady. I'm like, it's okay, take your time. I didn't have a rest where I was sitting, so I just arm, elbow on knee up against the tree, turned, took my time, made a good shot, shot a little higher because after I shot, ranged it was about 52 yards, not 60. So I was a little high, but the deer dropped right away. So I was like, all right.
Gotta love that.
I was like, all right. And, you know, after like going so many days, like through basically, I don't know. It was probably like 3 weeks or something. Hadn't seen a deer in the stand. You know, I'm
rough,
going and, you
yeah.
know, and I'm hunting a lot. So I'm hunting, you know, almost every day I can. So I'm just like, is there ever going to be another deer? Like, am I ever saw it?
Yep.
I knew, like you said, that built up, like, I don't want to say frustration, but just like angst. Like, okay, come on. And like, see that first one. And I'm like, okay. And it turned out to be a, what is it, like a 3-pointer?
That's what I thought you
something
told
like
me, a
that.
little
Spike on
3-pointer.
one side, forky on the other. So I was pretty happy with that. Got it loaded up, got it back, got it butchered. So so after that,
So you didn't have too much after that, right?
no. So after that, I don't remember if I had any.
Were you only hunting your parents, or I don't know if you hunted anywhere else?
No,
during
I was
that
just
time?
hunting my parents.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I mean, especially on only 7 acres like that, and I've seen video and stuff of the timber. I'm sure like 100% some deer bed on there, but I'm sure most of your deer are just moving through.
Yeah.
So you're trying to catch them in transition, which that's why in that 3 weeks, like you could have a great hunt if they're just catching them at the right time, or you
Yeah.
be just like that.
Yeah,
So,
and from what my trail cams have got, they came at night.
yeah,
And they came and checked it out at night and went through and just didn't hold up in there.
yep. We'll have to see if we can put in some bedding or something.
Yeah. And like, yeah, definitely think like one thing I took away from this year and being able to hunt so much, I definitely hunted too much. I know I overpressured them.
Yeah. I was wondering, you were sending me that you were hunting and stuff. I was wondering that, but I also, again, I'm like, especially on some of those days you were hunting though, I'm like, it is prime weather conditions. Like,
Yeah.
like especially in November, I'm like, yeah, if I could. I remember there was one day I couldn't hunt for some reason. I don't remember why. And you were, but it was like perfect weather day. And you're like, I'm hunting all day. I'm like, yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
is the day to do it.
Yeah, but I definitely. So that's like one big takeaway for next year is like, pick my days sparingly when I can and stuff like that.
But one thing I think will help you next year though is the year before you hunted some public land.
Yeah.
And because you were more mobile with your shoulder
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, this year you could have, but I wouldn't have.
I did go a couple days.
Did you?
I went to public land and sat on the ground. I did forget about that. I did mostly early season. I did go a few days, took a pop-up line, sat out there, saw some does, but just they winded me every time. Like,
Yeah. That's what, like, I obviously really believe in the tree saddle hunting, especially after this year. And obviously, I would not have tried to tree saddle hunt either with only one chicken wing. So,
yeah,
so maybe next year.
you wouldn't get too high. I don't think.
No, I don't think so. So, any other takeaways for the 2022 deer season?
One thing like I want to try and do is like kind of what you were saying is that I want to try and get more places to go, so I don't have to like cut down how much I hunt, but how much I hunt an area. And I've kind of taken that away from a lot of like podcasts I've listened to this year and stuff like that, where it just I'm gonna try and get more properties to go to.
Yeah, no, I get that. My wife always gives me a hard time because I have just here in Fulton County, I have. Let's see, I have 3 properties I can hunt, and I'm always bouncing, and I'm always looking for more. I'm always trying to get more, and that's why she gives me such a hard time. I'm like, why? Like you have 3 farms to hunt, one you own, and I'm like, I don't know. It's a problem. Like, if I always say, if I'm rich, you'll know if I ever become rich, because you're gonna be driving through Fulton County, Illinois, and you're gonna be like, who owns that? Cody. Who owns that? Cody. I'm just gonna own it all.
Yeah, and I think it's just like such an advantage though to give you the options to be like, all right, I don't need to go there until it's right and I know it's right, then I'll go there then, instead of being like, if I don't go there and hunt, I'm not hunting, which sucks because we want to hunt. So having that is just like, I think it's a game changer.
Correct. And then one thing, and then I'll get into your goals for like 2023. One thing I said I was going to do going into this year, and then I didn't. And I really want to try to do that this more, which it sucks because, again, I love hunting. I want to be the one out there hunting with a bow in hand. But I said this year I was going to not be the guy hunting a couple times and go film more people, and I didn't do that this year. That's why I'm hoping next year maybe go with you to film your public land or something. Go with Austin or some of the other team members and go film them. So, which will also, if you do that, number one, you're still hunting. And then also you're taking pressure off like your land and stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's something that I know I want to be better about for the 2023 bow season. And I take a lot of pride in my self filming and the quality I can get from it. But
it's hard, man.
Yeah, you could be the best self filmer in the world. It's still better to have a cameraman when it comes to quality of the video.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not better to have two people in deer stand for spooking deer and stuff, but quality of video, it's definitely better just to have somebody else.
Yeah, I think I was rather fortunate to get my first kill on camera this year.
100%. It took me. So the first time I did self filming was the bear hunt, and I did get it on film. I got very fortunate, killed one on film. But I think it took me 2 seasons. Yeah. The second season is when I finally got my own deer, actually everything on film. Which your second deer you got perfect. Which he's trying to get me to spend more money though, because he upgraded from. I have the DJI action cam, and I really like it, but he got the new one, and I like his better.
Yeah, I got the Action 3. Mm-hmm. Pretty nice. I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of good features on it.
It was somebody in our team, I forget who, was asking like where they should go, and I told him like, well, originally I would say get mine over a GoPro. I don't mind GoPro. I prefer these though. And then after I saw Kyle's video, I'm like, get this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Kyle and I both actually are on the same game plan here. We have some big hunts coming up for 2023, and especially in like the first quarter. Yeah, it'd be like the first quarter, a little bit into the second quarter of season or of this year.
First half, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Kyle, if you want to talk about the first hunt we're going on here in a little less than a month.
Yeah, so we're going down to Texas to go hog hunting, where Cody went last year.
Yep, where team members Jesse and Ryan went, along with another co-worker of mine or fellow. He works for a different agency, and then their uncle and stuff. But yeah, going back to Texas.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It looked like a blast. I mean, just watching your guys' video, like, it just made me want to go. It looks so much fun.
It is a blast. It's not like, I've said it multiple times now, I'm going to say it again. Hunting is not the correct term for it. It's
I believe you said redneck grocery shopping.
That's what I think Ryan was the one who came up with that. Ryan came up with that one. Yeah, the Brit. But yeah, redneck grocery shopping, and it is. I mean, in your face, wild. Like,
yeah, man, they're just like running around like crazy.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I think because you went hog hunting in the past, but didn't get one, right?
Correct.
And
a different type. I went to Oklahoma and we sat on feeders and hunted that way.
Yeah, which we'll do that one night. And it's fun to do it that way, but it'll be. I'm curious to see your experience from doing that way.
Yeah.
And then when we go into their kill pen, they call, right. And they're going to be right in our face.
My anticipation is like, well, with the feeder, it's very, very similar. Your ambush hunting, it's just like kind of like whitetail hunting like we do here. But like where you guys, when you're like, all right, we're going in there and they're gonna be popping out, so get ready at any moment. Yep. So it's just like you're just like, okay, where they at? Yep. Where they at?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And sometimes you saw them coming, and other times it was. I mean, perfect example. I had just shot my pig, my first. Pig, I shot it with the 30-06 and the kill pin. First pig I killed in the kill pin. Shot it. We're walking to it to start blood trailing, and I jumped a pig from me like 5 yards. Scared the hell out of me. I mean, yeah, it's fun. So I guess I already know, but for the podcast, what weapons you plan on bringing this year?
What did I say? I was going to bring I think I'm going to take my 12-gauge shotgun and then my bow, which I can shoot now. So,
yeah, you told me
so
that.
I can shoot my bow now.
Hopefully your doctor's not listening, but I remember you told me I could pull my bow yet. I'm like, you tell your doctor that? You're like, you don't know.
No, but they knew when that was like my release from therapy. Like they were like, go home and try it, and I did. But that was like after I had already done it.
Yeah.
So I like knew I could.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks, so I'd like get to my therapist and I'm like, oh, hey, Can I try to pull it back? Like, oh, no, not yet. I'm like, well, I already did, but I didn't tell you. It's like, I know I can. They're like, oh, a couple more weeks. I'm like, okay, but yeah, so.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Well, they were like trying to figure out which someone in the medical field needs to come up with this, because there was no contraption to simulate, or at least that they had, to simulate pulling back a bow for like physical therapy purposes, to see, like, because they wanted to do it and see, like, they wanted to like try to do it lightweight. Like, what'd you do with anything? Then you kind of slowly increase the weight. There's like nothing to do unless you like go get a bunch of like compound bows that are like, you'd have to have a whole thing of compound bows ranging from 20 to 70 or whatever. Yeah. Or if they just had some type of machine where you could just adjust the weight, it'd be really cool. But anyway.
Yeah. So I guess I think I've told you before how the price, but how many hogs you plan on shooting?
Probably 2.
Probably 2.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one. I'm debating. I'm debating about only doing one myself. I still got some hog meat as well.
Yeah, if you got some.
I will tell you this: what's going to be nice for the truck purposes. We have to pack way less than what I packed last time, and I can send you a gear list. But really, it's just some clothes, your gun.
Yeah.
A little with coolers, just the coolers we're gonna take for the hogs. Just throw some food in them. Like, it's not a lot. They have clean bedding there, clean. They got dishes and everything. So
are we cooking our own meals and stuff?
Yeah, we have a cooker. Yeah, which they have slow cookers there. So I'll probably bring some barbecue.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Somebody kills a hog that first night, pulled pork.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and that's what we ate. Well, last time, and I don't know if they're gonna have it this time. We just got lucky. Last time he had just caught. So again, I've already explained this before, but I'll explain it again if you're new to the podcast. He had 5. He called them piglets. They weren't really piglets. They were about 50 pounds each. And he goes, you guys come here to hunt bigger pigs. So he goes, I don't expect people want to kill these things. So he goes, he put them in a separate pen. When I say pen too, this one here was like 10 acres, 8 acres. So it's still small. I'm not saying it's huge by any means, but
it's not like 1 acre.
Yeah,
like,
and
it's not like a fenced-in dog pit, dog backyard. It's like,
and it's wooded up. There's a pond in it. Like, you can't just see them. You have to find them, stalk them, take a shot. So he's like, there's 5 piglets in here. Kill them, and they gave us a very, very discounted rate to do it. We ate one whole pig that night, or the next day. Yeah, we butchered it up. Yeah, we cut it up to the whole thing in the crock pot. Yeah, it was good. So if we get a chance to do that, I'm sure we'll do that again. But so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna bring my bow and probably a shotgun. I don't know if I thought about 30-06, and I might bring it, but I also might just take my shotgun.
If I remember, you got to shoot him like in the head, right?
No, we shot them just staying.
Really?
Yeah, you can. Part of the reason why we did, some of us did shoot them in the head. Okay. I did not. Some people did. But like, if you want a skull mount from your pig, you obviously don't want to do that. Right. So totally up to you. Your call in the moment.
Gotcha.
Essentially.
Gotcha.
So
that's what the last place I went, that's what they had recommended. But we were also shooting from longer distances. So.
Yep, understandable. That, and I'm sure they don't want to track them.
No, they don't. Yeah, because it's a lot of. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that too, because it's pinned in. So I guess tracking's a lot easier.
Yep. Now we did have Grady, who's on the video. He shot a pig square in the head, with a slug gun. It lived, and we found it again. And actually, Jesse ended up killing it with a bow.
Really?
So Jesse put a great stock on it, made a great shot, killed it. But it was, and we did not know it was Grady's at the time. Yeah, until it got up and we were like, oh, that's a hole in its head. That's fresh.
It's got a hole.
But the other slug shots killed him instantly. So it was just weird. It was tough.
Yeah, they're tough animals, man. I would imagine.
Yeah, so very tough. And I don't know what sizes he'll have when we get there and all that kind of stuff. Right. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Really looking forward to it. We're gonna have 5 or 6 guys, just depend. My dad might be going with us. He's waiting on some stuff to see if he can go or not. But yeah, he'll hopefully be going. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looks like a good time. So get away, unwind a little.
And it'll be nice. Last time we went in May, I think it was May. And this time we're going in February, so it'll be a little cooler.
Yeah.
It was hot last time, so.
Which is good for me, because I don't like the warm weather that much.
Yeah. But, going from there, speaking of May, we have our big hunt for the year. we are going. I put this skull here for this reason. We're going bear hunting. Kyle's going. It's gonna be fun. We got a pretty big group of guys going. I don't know the exact number on top of my head, but pretty good group of guys. Same outfitter that we've been to a couple times. When I say outfitter, it's kind of loosely. It's my dad has become great friends with his outfitter and is helping him pretty much run it. And so Dad's going to be kind of like our outfitter through the outfitter. But it's going to be fun.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm like really excited.
It's going to it's going to be a good time. What do you plan on taking for that?
I'll probably take my 12 gauge is what I'm thinking. Just because since I don't have as much experience with my bow would be cool. Mm-hmm. I will say that. And but yeah, not having any kills under my belt or actually any shots. Mm-hmm. I've never actually shot at an animal, been able to shoot an animal with my bow. I don't want to take it up there and something go wrong, something miss. I know I'm efficient and proficient with my 12 gauge, so I'll probably just take that.
Yep. Nope. I get that. 100%. I get that. Yeah, I guess at this point in time, I know we've talked about the bear hunt plenty. You got any questions for me or anything on that regarding that?
I mean, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Not that we haven't gone over, I don't think.
Yeah, you. What kind of stand you gonna bring?
Yeah. So we So the situation. Have you like gone through that at all? Like, how the hunt is?
Not on here. So the way it works, I'm not gonna name the price here. Maybe at a later date we will, but right now I'm not gonna name the price of the hunt. I'll just say this: this guy's one of the cheapest outfitters around. He does things a little differently, which is what we like. A lot of these outfitters now, up in where we're going to Ontario, Canada, a lot of them have nice cabins, nice lodges, and then you drive an hour to your hunting area, and then you got to drive to wherever your bait sites are. And that's fine. If you're going to do that, that's 100% fine. Awesome, cool. We kind of like camping out there in the woods and roughing it a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. And the reason there is a discounted rate is we actually help the outfitter. When I say help, we pretty much do it. We run the baits once we get there. We run the baits at the stand sites. And at the stand sites, there's sites, but there's no stand there. So you actually bring your own stand. And these trees, what's nice about Canada, at least where I've been there, they're straight trees. They're not like some of these hard cottonwoods or hardwood trees that we have around here. Mm-hmm. They're pine trees, easy trees to get in. I've always killed mine out of a ladder stand. Yeah. But a ladder stand is kind of bulky to take up there to Canada. Last time I brought a hang-on stand to go with some of the ladder stands because when I filmed my brother kill his bear, that's all I did is I climbed up his ladder stand, then I hung my hang-on, and then I think the second day I hunted with him is when he killed his. But this year I'm debating. I'm either gonna just bring a hang on just for room for my truck, so I don't have to worry about ladder rungs. And if I don't bring a hang on, I'm just gonna do my tree saddle.
Yeah.
So I've thought about doing that too. It's not even now that is quite a bit of time in a tree saddle when I don't have to be it. So I've also debated like do I want to mess with a tree saddle or do I just bring a hang on? So
like what's like the theoretically like what time you go out to how long you're sitting? What's that?
So what's kind of nice about a bear hunt, especially so Kyle and I did an elk hunt a couple years ago and had a blast, but that's a completely different style hunt than what we're about to go do with this bear hunt. You know, that by far that elk hunt was the hardest hunt I've ever done. Yeah. This bear hunt, you wake up late, like 8 in the morning, 7, 8 in the morning, have breakfast. You don't do anything till you have breakfast, damn it. Have breakfast, cup of coffee, and then you go run the baits.
We're not leaving.
Yeah.
Cody hasn't ate yet.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to have coffee, which this year, I'm proud to say, we're going to have some Kinzo coffee up there, a new partnership. So thank you, Kinzo. So we'll have some good coffee to drink up there in Canada. But we will go run the baits. And then that first day, we'll also hang our stands at that time.
Okay.
Now, what will probably happen is we'll have the big group of us. We'll run the baits as a group. Everybody will go to every bait site, and then people will start calling. Like, hey, I think I want to hunt this one. Oh, hey, I want to
okay.
hunt this one. Which we all might not be up there at the same time anyway, because the bear season's a month long.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a long season, yeah.
Yeah, a month long, maybe even longer. My dad's going to be up there the whole time, and people are going to be coming in swings. I think most of us are coming towards the end of May area. But so whenever we get up there, what's also nice is he's going to have my trail cams, so he's going to be sending me. He's either going to post it to Facebook, but last time he tried to do that, he was having a hard time getting them. So what he ended up doing last time is he would text me all the pictures, and then I would upload them to the Facebook group. So there's obviously people want big bear and stuff, but like for example, we're gonna have. I guarantee we're gonna have some sites where nothing's guaranteed, but there's gonna be some where, hey, out of these 20 bait sites we have, 5 of them are getting hit pretty much every day.
Like a hot bait.
Yeah, hot bait. Yeah, maybe the bear aren't the biggest, but it's like pretty much guaranteed we're going to let the newer guys have, the ones who've never killed a bear, we're going to let them have first dibs at those. Like, I know I personally, I either want a color phase bear or just a good bear. My biggest bear, about 250, 300 pounds. So if I could get a bear around that size again or bigger, now color phase, I'll shoot whatever. That bear behind Kyle was my small bear I killed last year. It was a few years ago. It was only a year and a half, which I won't shoot a bear of that size again. Still proud of that bear. I made a great shot on it and stuff. And he still ate well and stuff. But I've killed 2 now. I don't need to kill a smaller one. I'll just save it for a bigger one. And this is a skull of the bigger one.
Yeah.
And I got a rug made out of that. But yeah, so that we'll hang sights or stands that first time. And then we'll also, some ways we switch it up too is, are you hunting with a gun or hunting with a bow? Because dad will make sure with the outfitter, he'll make sure there's a couple stand sites that are like maybe 50-yard shots. It won't be much farther than that though, because it's so thick up there.
Okay.
I think, like I said, the last time the farthest site would have been either 40, 50 yards. So obviously you could do that with a bow, but he'll probably hey, I recommend a gun for this one. So obviously you can make that chip shot for a shotgun.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that'll also be there'll be certain sites where, hey, we recommend this for one of the gun hunters and stuff. So we'll go from there on that. Obviously, depending on what type of stands they have, we had some guys bring buddy stands before. Well, you might have to depend on what kind of tree you're in then for that. Or if I bring the tree saddle, I can get into any tree.
Right.
So, stuff like that. And it's pretty we've never had an issue with people arguing about it. It's pretty casual, hunt whatever. So after that first day, we come back for lunch, hang out for 4 or 5 hours, and you don't go out. If I remember, we didn't go out till 5.
Gotcha.
And then it doesn't get dark until 10:30, 11 up there, something like that. So I remember I was getting back to camp almost a little before midnight or 11:30, something like that. So, excuse me. Yeah. So that's not bad at all.
No, that sounds good.
So that'll be fun. That's pretty much our day then. And now I will say, once somebody kills a bear, it's kind of all hands on deck a lot of times, because if you never killed a bear, if you killed a deer though, they stiffen up quick, and even when they're freshly killed and they're still kind of loose, their hoofs are good handles and stuff, their femurs and stuff like that. And then obviously if you kill a buck, you got antlers. A bear is like a human, dead weight.
Yeah, dead weight.
Yeah, it just rolls everywhere.
It flops.
Yeah. And it's a pain. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pain. Now, when I killed that bear, I was able to throw it right over my shoulder, kind of like a backpack.
Yeah.
But when I killed my bigger one, we took a ladder stand rung, took it out there, strapped the bear to it, and held it like that.
Gotcha.
So and then my dad's bear, his big one, he killed, that was around 500 pounds. We had five grown men lifting that bear onto a four-wheeler to get it out there. And then it was so heavy, there was so much weight on the front end of the four-wheeler, he couldn't turn, the guy that driving it.
Really?
So I was on one side, my dad was on another, and every time we got to a tree, one guy would pull, one guy would push.
Oh, geez.
Until we got to the road. Yeah. it was a pain. Yeah. But it was funny though, at that time when we got a bear down, everybody's laughing and stuff. Yeah. So what I'm excited too about this one, last bear hunt, I felt very fortunate. You know, I got my bear on film, my brother's bear on film, and then let's see, and 2 others. So I had 4. Yeah, I had 4 bears on film. Well, this year, not only am I going to be filming, Kyle will be filming,
Yep.
my brother will be filming, Austin will be filming. I'll probably give Jared what do we call ourselves?
The fellowship.
The fellowship's back together again.
The fellowship.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have 5 cameras out there. Hell, I'll probably give my dad one. So there's a chance 6 if we kill 6 bears. It's all on film. Plus, then obviously I want to kill a bear. I kind of hope I kill one early. I hope I kill one before all you guys.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna start hopping to people.
Yeah, you
and
can
start filming.
film.
Yeah, that's another thing why I'm not gonna lie. Why I might not be too selfish or too picky if it's just a good bear.
Yeah.
Because then I can start filming people and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, based on I'd have to depending on the size of the bear, I'd be well, I think it's gonna depend a lot on the trail cam pictures because if if we're getting good pictures at a certain place and I go and sit and be like, hey, if you do see one this size, we've had really good pictures, as you probably see another one would probably be determining what I decide to shoot.
100%.
And obviously I've never bear hunted before, but I could probably figure out that's a small one or something like that.
So I made the mistake the first bear hunt I went on. It'd be the first one where we're going now. I've been on 3 hunts when I was really young, and I was hunting with. I only was hunting with my grandpa the whole time. But I've been on 2 hunts now where I was sitting by myself both times. The first hunt, very first day, I had a big bear come in. I didn't know it was a big bear. It was the first day. I was pretty early in the hunt, and all of a sudden I see what I now know is a big bear come in, and I'll never forget. And this is why I love bear hunting so much. He knew I was there the whole time and did not care. Did not care. He comes in, he scratches back on a tree, comes in, looks at me, and the whole time he's going to bed. He's still walking, just looking at me.
He's just going to dinner.
Doesn't
care who's watching him.
Doesn't care. And this is before I started filming. I wish I was filming then.
Yeah.
But he ate all the bait. I had extra bait. I actually put it at the bottom of my tree stand.
Was that a good idea?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't even. I can beat this idea. So anyway, he went underneath my tree stand then. I'm looking below, eating, and I almost shot him then because when he got underneath me, and I'm only in the ladder stand, so 15 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking man, everything in my guts tell me this is a big bear. Everything. But I'm man, it's day 1. I would hate to kill a bear the first night. Yeah. I'm
especially, traveling up there and everything.
Yeah. I'm man,
I don't enjoy the hunt.
Yeah. And I'm well, if he's here day 1, he'll be here day 2. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I took pictures and stuff, and I get back to camp and I show, mind you, I should clarify too. He ate all the bait below me and then started walking to where my four-wheeler was parked. It gets dark. Last time I saw him, he was walking the same direction I'm going
that you need to leave.
So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous at that point in time, but I didn't see him. I get there, I show the outfitter and my dad the bear. They essentially both start calling me a dumbass, and the outfitter said that he was 350 plus. So so he's over 350 pounds, maybe even 400, but big bear.
Yeah,
and I didn't shoot him. That's
the biggest one you've seen.
Yeah, I still haven't seen one that big while hunting.
Yeah.
So anyway, he didn't come back. I didn't see him again. But here's when I said, I'm I can't put the bait underneath my stand anymore. I know that now.
Yeah.
So I carry the bait with me up the stand.
You just got it up there with you?
I had this little, every day I had a little bear about that one I killed.
Like he's up there feeding birds.
Yeah.
Come on, bears!
Almost every day I hunted the rest of that trip. I had this little bear would come in, and I got to watch him every time. And it was cool to watch. And he would eat all the bait, and he would come up then and start climbing my tree. Well, he couldn't get past the T-bar, the support bar. Never could get past it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, so it was the 3rd or 4th last day of the hunt. I'm I'm still not going to shoot him. If it gets down to the 2nd to last day or last day, I'll shoot him. But I'm still not going to shoot him. So then he starts climbing my tree again, this little bear. I don't even sit up this time or stand up this time because I'm he can't get past that support bar. We've done this every day. I know you can't get past it. he gets past it.
Oh. Give him enough tries, he'll figure it out.
So I stand up and I grab my bow. I had my shotgun too, but I had problem is on the arm. I had gun against the tree with my bow, so I'd have to take my bow off, then get the gun. So I just grab my bow and start like pulling back. I'm like, I don't want to shoot you, man. And the only thing separating me and this bear, and he wasn't like trying to come at me. He was curious.
Yeah,
and you could tell, you could smell the bait.
Yes, food.
Yeah, there's food up there.
Hungry.
Yeah. The only thing that was separate me and the bear was the wire mesh you stand on.
Yeah,
the ladder stand. That was it. And once I kind of shuffled my feet a little bit, and that spooked him, and he just went down and moseyed off, but no big deal. And then the next day I ended up killing my bigger bear. But yeah, so yeah.
Was that the last day you took the bait up there with you?
No, I didn't
still
learn
brought it up there.
I took it up with me.
You know, Cody's thinking, you know what? If that small bear did this, I wonder if a big bear would do this. It's a real close shot.
I killed a bear the next day.
It's a real close shot.
I can't screw it up.
0 yards.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I did it on the second trip too. I didn't have that kind of effect or that luck, but I just did the same thing then. But yeah,
I've seen a couple bears in the wild just drive. I've been down, seen a couple down in Tennessee, down by the mountains down there, and actually a couple summers ago I was up in northern Wisconsin. We saw a big mama bear and cub cross the road. So I think I have a decent picture in my head of what would be a decent sized bear compared to like a small size.
And it's nice you just judge it from the barrel. Or a lot of times what my dad did, instead of hunting barrels, you had the outfitter did. You had a bucket. And the bucket is on a nail up a certain height. So if the bear gets up on the tree, you're gonna get a quick before he knocks the bucket off. You're gonna get a quick view of
like how tall he is,
and stuff like that. And like obviously if his head goes over the bucket, I think that was what my dad said.
Head
if his
at
head
or
goes
over the bucket, definitely shoot that bear. We'll call that a bucket bear.
No, yeah. So, and then we figured out on the last bear hunt too. On the last bear hunt, we also figured out because my dad took up all my trail cams to do this. We had like 3 or 4 trail cams ruined. Some of mine, some of the other guy.
About that.
Well, the reason they were ruined is my dad would bait with the outfitter, and then go mess with the camera. Well, he's got all that bait inside. It's donuts, cookies, syrups, bacon grease, stuff like that, and then mess with the camera. So I have one. I would have to find it somewhere. It's kind of funny. You see this bear come up, eat all the bait, and then it's like after he eats it all, snaps his head towards the camera, and you see it walking towards the camera, and next you know you see like a tongue and stuff, and then the camera's crushed. Yeah. So like we know what happened there.
Ate that camera.
Yeah.
At least bit it in half, probably.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was comical. But anyway,
So your dad invest in some gloves?
He was wearing gloves. That's probably he's the same gloves.
Take them off though.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
We'll have to have a talk. Like, okay, after you mess with me, take off the gloves, then go put the camera up.
Well, what it came to the point was Dad's baiting, or the outfitter's baiting, and the other guy who wasn't touching any bait, he handled the cameras. So.
Clean hands.
Yeah, we lost 3 or 4 of them that trip. But yeah, it was funny because at first Dad couldn't figure out why are they attacking these cameras? Well, that's why. So yeah, it was funny.
Were they just on picture mode? I take it.
Yeah, just
Dude,
picture.
if they put it on video, but you would have got a great video of a nice inside mouth of a bear with a tongue just licking the lens of the camera. That would have been hilarious.
But that's a good point. I think this time what I'm gonna do is some of the cameras, once we get up there, like some of the cameras, like I'm gonna switch to video mode while I'm hunting. So maybe it might get the shot on camera.
Oh yeah,
get a side angle.
Dude, did you see? Was it Hunting Public got a shot
GoPro?
this year? Yeah, they had a GoPro down there, kind of like set up like a trail cam and got a good shot, which was cool.
I wonder
different angles.
They kill so many deer a year with the other team and how much they travel. I wonder how many times they do that setup until it finally works.
Yeah,
I bet they do it a lot.
Probably.
Which bear hunting would be easier because you know where they're going.
Bait.
But yeah, no, I'm super excited just to go because it's a blast. I could go bear hunting every year if I could. But I'm excited for you to go.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's just
It'd
completely
be
different.
a lot of firsts for me. A lot. I've never actually been out of the country, so I had to go through the passport process, which was pretty easy.
Yeah, it's
So I
really
went
not
through
too
the
bad.
passport process this year. Got that. Waiting on that. Should be back any day now.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be funny to have the fellowship together. I hope you listen to this, Austin. I can't wait to see you nair a bear. I can't wait. I think
You
it's gonna
think
be
he's gonna
funny.
have his?
You can't.
Oh,
No handguns
yeah,
up there.
no handguns
No
in
handguns up
Canada.
there. Yeah. So I already. Him and I actually just
I
talked
would
about
be
it.
curious to what he's using too.
He said he's
to hunt
just gonna
with.
take his bow. I have my doubts. I'm calling you out, Austin. I bet you end up taking a gun, which I'm fine. If you want to take a gun, that's fine. I have no shame. But I'm just gonna take a bow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I will say, like, I know, like, I will be in the dark walking back, and that I'm gonna be like, like, all right, it's especially the first time, but then maybe after the first time,
It's a little nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely felt better about it on the second trip than I did the first trip.
yeah.
But yeah,
Just because we're not
It's
used,
just-
I'm just not used to it.
dude, I can't explain to you how they look at you. It's
Yeah.
like every bear except for my bigger bear, this bear, that I have had come into baits has seen me.
Mm-hmm.
Not every single bear, like I said, except this one, and it's always curiosity, never fear.
Yeah.
It's just the look, like studying you. And even the ones who end up, like my brother, he killed a small bear about that size. It came in, saw us, and just seemed like a little spooked, but not like a deer. Nothing like, where a deer just blows
Right,
off.
just not skittish.
Nothing like that. This bear kind of, and just started slowly walking away, and Colton let him have it. So I'm like, he ain't getting away.
Get away that easy.
Yeah. So
Another question I'd have is, like,
Yeah.
so do you guys don't even mess with wind play up there because you're like, oh, they're coming to the bait anyway.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're there or not.
'Cause if the
it's just-
wind-
it's more like shot.
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. I'm sure if we played the wind, it might work out a little better. But like the last trip, it actually was super slow. The trail cams were getting hit, but a lot of it was at nighttime. But we did get some daylights, and that's why we say end of May. It was kind of cold, and then when it warms up, that's when it really gets hot, or the activity gets hot. But we had heat spike. Activity got hot. We were there for 2 days, almost saw like zero bear activity. Finally, the second or third night of hunting, myself and another guy killed a bear, and that was like the start. Once we both killed a bear,
The dominoes.
bears were dropping every day. Every day.
Yeah.
One night we killed 5 bears in one night.
So they moved more when it warmed up. Mm-hmm. You think it was the hot, the temperature, the fact that it was warm, or just the change?
Both.
Both.
I think both. I think the change definitely helped, but I don't know why exactly. I don't know enough about bear biology,
Right.
but I think it definitely picked up. And what's kind of nice, we figured out too in some of these bear camps, bear areas, there's actually a little bit of spot and stalk opportunity. My brother and I, we helped 2 people spot and stalk their bears.
That'd be cool too.
So like during the day, if we're not seeing anything,
Go walk around.
and both times we went up there too, we've seen moose. So which
we have encountered.
we need to go moose hunting again, because or moose hunting period, because
Yeah.
we can find moose. We
Yeah.
can't find elk, but we can find moose.
3.
Yeah.
Three
and good
3
bulls.
to 1.
Yeah.
Oh
And
no, sorry, not 3. We saw 4 total technically.
bull moose near the road
Yeah.
that was a big one.
Yep.
Then we saw the other big one. You and I
In
did.
the valley. And
Yep.
then we saw
The
mama calf.
Oh
Mama
yeah,
and
yeah.
calf,
There's
so
4 together. Yep.
technically.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
4
Oh.
meats. No, I'm kidding. Moose.
Yeah. And 3 out of 4 were within bow range.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
those 2 bulls are nice.
They were big.
And that's Colorado moose. They get even bigger when
Yeah.
you go up north, so Alaska and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Well, that's our future hunts, and obviously we'll go whitetail hunting. I think you're gonna do a little public land turkey again. You thinking?
Yeah, so I actually just got my tag in the mail. So
So I only went turkey hunting one time last year. Down with me. I plan on going more this year, so get some good turkey content as well. But anyway, what is your personal goals for 2023? That's what I've been asking all the team members.
So my personal goals. First goal is I want to keep learning because like that's just the past 2 years I've where I started to where I am now. I've learned so much, and I still have that like thirst to learn more about hunting and whitetail hunting and just everything in general. And I just really enjoy it, and I've just I found like a new passion, like something that I did for a long time, but it's just different. And I want to continue to learn. So that's like my number one goal. Other goal is obviously I'll get a bow hunt next year. So I want to get my first connection with a bow. I want to first. I'll just start easy. I want to shoot at something.
Yeah.
So,
so I think you'll get that chance hog hunting.
Yeah. But so that, and then definitely want to get a whitetail with my bow.
Yep.
What was my other one? I had 3 that I thought of, but
So I know why you're thinking. I think I said this with the Ryan podcast. But if I didn't, I know my goals is lose some weight. I weigh. Well, I should take that back. I weigh less already, but I did weigh 222, 223 back beginning right before January 1st. I'm already down to 215, 213 somewhere in there. So my goal is to get at least 200. And then from there, I might even try to go to 190 and then reestablish to figure out what I want to do from there. And then other fitness goal anyway is keep working on my jiu-jitsu. I'm like a weird funk with jiu-jitsu right now. So and a lot of it's because of work life, family life, and then now the business life. I don't get to do as much jiu-jitsu as I would like to do. I'm a black belt in judo, but I'm only a white belt in jiu-jitsu. I would say a goal for this year is get my blue belt. Try to work on that. For that, that'd be my fitness goals. Come up with your third.
Yeah. Well, like another one I would say is just like become a better hunter. Like I blew so many deer this year. So like I know that's like I don't know if that really falls under the fact of like learning, but like I want to be a better hunter this year. So even if that's just to have like to spook less deer. Like I definitely want to do that. So I want to be able to, pick my wind better, pick where I'm going better, or stuff like that. So I think that's like a big goal I want to accomplish next year.
I think you're gonna get that, man. Just from the elk hunt. Just start from the elk hunt to where you're at now. I mean, way more knowledgeable now, and you're definitely putting it together more. I think that's awesome. And then I guess I'll start off. I think I talked a little bit about. I know I did talk a little bit about the brand, but I know like some of the brand goals I've said. Obviously to keep growing. Still a goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, or 500 and something. I don't remember exactly. Go to at least one show. Paperwork's filed. Hopefully we'll be an LLC here soon, within a week or two.
Which is awesome.
So it'd be nice, official business, be real nice. And then obviously talk a little bit out before I let Kyle say what he thinks the brand should work as some goals. But you can see Kyle and I wearing new hats. They're not on the website yet, and the reason they're not is I'm testing them. I know I had a couple people message me about the hats. I am remembering you. I will send you a message when they're ready to go. It's just I'm testing them first. These are heat adhesive, not the sewn on like the other hats on. I'm doing it all in-house now, mainly because then I can cut the price point down. What I was buying the hats for to begin with, and then trying to turn around and sell them, I would have to charge people a price I'm uncomfortable with. Where these hats now, I can get them at a bulk rate and a cheaper rate. Just do it in-house, and I can still make a little bit of profit, but also sell them to a price I feel comfortable with. Cool. Yeah. So obviously, really work on my merch this year is the plan, and get into the screen printing game and all that kinds of stuff. So. Anyway, what do you think the brand should go, or any ideas like that?
Well, like my one idea would be like I'd like to see us like maybe get together more, hunt more maybe together. Like try to figure that out, even if it's just like a couple people. I think like getting together for more hunts, just for like, I don't know if it's like, I think it's gonna be like, it'd be a blast. Like it'd be funner. We'd get to film more because I enjoy filming too. So like I love hunting, whether I have a weapon in my hand or a camera in my hand. I love being out there. So like I think that'd be like a good goal to set.
So that brings up, you got in a little bit into the editing this year. I know you just dabbled a little bit, but it was good. What you did.
Thanks.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. And when you sent me that, and especially when I threw it in Premiere and started, I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. This just took a couple minutes off of my edit session.
My computer is not the fastest, so
it was good though.
But yeah, I did do that on like an older version of Premiere. So
nope, I liked it.
I did some edits on some short intros and stuff like that. So that was fun too. So I don't know, just keep growing. I think we're doing a good job. I think you're doing a great job with everything, man. Really enjoy everything from your full length videos to the shorts and everything. So
yeah, and I think the shorts really helped grow that YouTube.
Yeah,
definitely helped, and I appreciate all the feedback. And Kyle definitely does when it comes to the behind the scenes work. Out of all the team members, you definitely do the most for me. So again, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome. Man. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it helps. It helps me quite a bit. And one thing going on here, and I actually have been debating about this in my head a little bit, so I kind of like that you brought it up. The team things, obviously we got, I think I counting me, I think we got 15 people, I think. Obviously it's hard to get all 15 together, which I think this hog hunt might turn into a yearly thing, and hopefully, maybe try to get quite a bit of team members to go every year. I know this year it's just you and I, but maybe in the future get more. But I also thought like, we can start almost forming like little teams, Yeah. Jared and Austin, could be, one team like that. I know it's kind of hard. Danny and Garrett were hunting a little bit together when Danny was still around here, but he moved to Springfield area. But then, Ryan and Jesse are, kind of a team duo together. So I have thought about that almost like, when I say regional teams, we're all in Illinois, but kind of mini regionals team and stuff like that.
It's easier when hunt with people you're closer to, drive wise and all that, travel and.
Correct. So I have thought about throwing that out there a little bit. That and like you and I've talked, it's easier to videotape. Yeah, if you got more.
For sure.
Well, I think that's about it. You can't think of anything else, can you?
Nope. Just can't wait to start the season. Can't wait. Like. Pretty for the hog hunt, ready for turkey season, and be ready for the bear hunt. So.
And Kyle will be back on the podcast this year. I said we're gonna do podcasts at bear camp and in the hog camp. So we're gonna be plenty of podcasts in there, and probably have you on about the spring turkey hunt. I'm hoping to join him to go film.
That'd be cool.
Yep. So especially because
April.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Especially because I have. I've not been to the spot he goes, and I've heard good things, and I just want to kind of see it for my own.
It's fun, man.
Own eyes, yeah.
It's
so
fun.
it'd be fun. I'm looking forward to it. But thanks guys for watching. I also want to shout out to Kenzo Coffee Company and Rat Getter Scents and Lures. We got 2 partnerships now. We got Rat Getters, who is a retired law enforcement officer out east. He supports us. I really had some success with his scents and cover scents this year, so appreciate you, Rat Getters. And then Kenzo Coffee we just picked up this week. I love my coffee. Kyle loves his coffee.
Oh yeah.
So I know I was very happy with that pickup and that. And before we ever partnered it up with them, I tried 5 different roasts, loved them all.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's
so
good
appreciate them, and check them out. There'll be links to them in my description of this podcast and stuff. So thanks guys, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Have a good one. Be safe out there.